So when we say we need to love the Lord with all the heart and the mind and the soul and the strength, it's 4 essential areas of ourself that we need to have healed and whole in order to love God fully with them, right? So normally what we'll do as people that serve God is that we'll spiritualize all the other areas. But the spirit is only one area, which in this context is the soul, like what connects us with God. But there's also emotional healing that needs to take place. There's also mental healing that needs to take place, renewing the mind. And there's also physical healing that we need to take care of in order to live an abundant life. I wasn't taking care of 3 out of the 4. So as a child, a little bit of background, I survived sexual abuse at the age of 5. I survived my father, who perished to addiction when I was 6. I went through traveling to a new country at the age of 7 and being uprooted from everything and everyone I loved. I went through bullying in school because, I was different and odd growing up. There is so much trauma and so much pain that happened early in life that the enemy just took an advantage through that trauma and set it as a foothold of failure in areas that God had actually designed me to succeed, which was connecting with other people, imparting healing, being able to communicate love and joy and freedom and inspiring people to want to do the same. But my love and my joy and my freedom, it was shackled because of the trauma. So fast forward to when I had children, that the blooming of a woman happens when she has children. Everything about her just flourishes when she finally births her children. For me, it reminded my body of danger that had happened when I was 5. So it served sort of as a trigger, which is what they call it professionally. It triggered pain that I had been stuffing down for years and not tending to because I thought that prayer and fasting was enough. It turns out that if it was only a spiritual issue, yes, it would be enough. But there was so much more that I had to unpack and revisit and surrender to the Lord, not hide. Because, when it comes to pain, we all know it's not really going to go away. We try to tell ourselves, just the joy of the Lord is our strength. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. And yes, there is truth in that, but it really doesn't. What you don't tend to in the soul doesn't disappear, it just relocates. For me, it relocated to my body. And I started suffering from, I was having what I like to call little check engine moments in my body. And this isn't right. And I'm not feeling great here. And I'm having a little bit of burnout in this area. Or I'm getting sick a little more than usual. My body was sending the alarms. And I just was ignoring it, as we tend to do because our life is busy. But then there came a point when I had my children that my body had had enough. And then the check engine turned into a full breakdown. And so in that full breakdown, my brain was affected. My hormones were affected. Together with all the emotional pain, that's when rock bottom happened. It was almost too late for me because I was already pretty advanced in the suicide part of it. But praise the Lord for people that had already been through the desert in those areas of my life where I was journeying through it, that were able to see and identify and pull me from darkness into light.
Wow.
Had I not had that help from anointed people who had suffered in that area, I don't know that the story would have been me sitting here with you today. It would have probably been very different. But that's why I'm here now. If my testimony can become a prophecy to any person listening who thinks they are alone in their pain and in their brokenness, I am here to say, you are not alone. You are not the only one. There are many of us who struggle with our mind, who struggle with our hearts, who struggle in our bodies, but we have found that the greatest journeyer of the desert is Jesus. He knows all the right lampposts and little markings and all the little nuances of the desert, and he is the best guide. And I just want people to understand through healing in the desert, through my music, through my story, that we are not alone and we are broken, but not for long, because though in the world we will have trouble, and Jesus promised that himself, immediately he said, take heart, I have overcome the world. So if you let me guide you through this, I will not only heal you, but I will use you as yet another beacon of hope for people to find me. And that's what it's all about.